Coming into InterVarsity, I learned what a community is, living intentionally and seeing how God moves through that community, and just living together has been probably the most transformative thing for me. Before college, I wasn't very strong in my faith, and now seeing how people are on fire for learning about Jesus, there has been a fire ignited in me, just continuing to want to learn more about Jesus and what He has for us.
InterVarsity has just kind of, changed me as a person and gave me a view on life of just focusing on God and, trying to put Him in the center of things, even through struggles. Getting to see worship in large group every week was just, you take it for granted at times. So, just always, that's something I always love.
Throughout my college years, I have gone through a lot and really seen how important God is, and InterVarsity has helped me to really make that a priority and really deal with all the difficult questions that I have so that I can pursue God further and make that a priority. Before I came to college, I was just really broken and ignorant of the world and really angry at God and not understanding Him. But now I've just been really transformed and just have such a love for God and just want to share Him with the world. So everything has changed for me, and I'm excited to bring that into my future.
So when I think back on how I've been transformed by God, He put a lot of opportunities and risks even in front of me, and then led me through that. That's how I've been changed. If my life is a big house and I could let Jesus into all the different rooms, when I came into college, there were many rooms that He was not allowed to go into. And I think the most change in me has happened one at a time, letting Him into each room and taking the opportunities and the challenges to do that. And now I don't look the same, like even close to how I was when I came into college.
So a way that I've been transformed through InterVarsity the past 4 years was through learning how to become more vulnerable with the Lord and with other people around me. And it truly has made a huge difference in my life because I now have greater friendships, deeper relationships, and I feel closer to the Lord.
I think the question is, how haven't I been transformed? There's been so many things. Like, I literally became a Christian. God used one of the breakaways to speak to me, and that happened there. And there have been just a lot of ways that God has helped me to shift my perspective of living a Christian for myself to living as a Christian for others and being more missional.
College has changed me a lot, and coming into college, I wasn't the same person who I was. I was very quiet. I was very, maybe self-conscious would be a good word. And throughout my 4 years here, I've drastically grown in this, and I think a lot of that is due to my interactions with people in InterVarsity and throughout the studies and just the community that I've been in these past 4 years. And so now I can go to people when I need to talk about things. I can go and just hang out with so many different people that I know care for me and love me. And yeah, it's just really genuine, and it's a great community. And I've been so blessed to have that, and it's really shown me who I am, and it's really helped me grow in my relationship with Christ.
Well, before I came into college, I was really afraid of being challenged, I guess. And I was never one to really challenge myself with doing things, but once I joined InterVarsity and I was given the challenge of, do you want to lead? Oh, I was really intimidated, and I'm very introverted actually, and that just didn't sound like something I would do. But once I really challenged myself, and having staff and friends encouraged me through it all, I really saw myself changing in a way where I felt more confident, not only in myself, but in what the Lord could and would be doing through me. And really feeling the Lord's strength and faithfulness through college has been very transformative.
Yeah, so one way that I've been transformed through InterVarsity is that I have learned how to read any passage of the Bible and be able to get something out of it, whether that's the Old Testament or New Testament stories, like the stories of Jesus, or some other narrative. But I think, one thing that I've really learned and been transformed by is being able to read any passage of the Bible and get something out of it that I can apply to my life.
Before coming to college, I was pretty reserved. I didn't want to plug myself into an organization or anything. I wanted to just relax and enjoy my first year. But just coming in, everyone just kept coming to me, telling me to join InterVarsity, and I'm glad that leaving here, I can leave a little spark of what people have shown me. I love InterVarsity so much, and I've gotten myself plugged in, and it keeps me busy, and I love the people in the witnessing community. And just through InterVarsity, I've learned so many things about myself and how God has used me on campus.
Advice I would give to people who are like coming into the chapter and leaders is just to kind of be bold, be willing to step outside of the box, and really just pray about every decision that you make.
To get plugged into a community right away, stay involved, and feel at home with the people that are a part of that community.
Make God your #1 priority, because you have a lot of stress and you have a lot of worry, but none of that is going to go away. None of that is going to do anything if you don't put Jesus first in your life. And once you put Jesus first, everything kind of comes with that, and everything starts to get better. So just pursue Him first and put everything else after that, and you'll be okay.
Put all your chips in. Like, if you have 20 chips and you're just going to put 4 in, the max you can get back is 4. If you put 20 chips in and you just play the risk, you're going to get way more back. That's how God works. If you give him a foot, He'll give you a mile. So just go for it.
My advice would be to not let your fear of going outside of your comfort zone stop you from doing something that is exciting and a little bit risky. But just take that chance and step outside of that comfort zone and watch your comfort zone expand.
My advice for you is to say yes to everything, because that's what I did. I said yes even though I didn't know anyone, or even regardless of the cost of things, or you just say yes to things and you meet people that you wouldn't have if you didn't say yes, and God meets you there. Literally, InterVarsity has been my whole college experience, and I have no regrets about that, because it's something that I believe in, and it's something that changes lives. So
Don't stress the small stuff, but also don't stress the big stuff. I think sometimes we get so bogged down in things that are going on, whether that's papers or projects or exams. And in the long run, it doesn't really matter that much. Yes, do those things well, but also make time for yourself and for your community. Do things that you enjoy, do things that give you life.
For the rest of the chapter, I highly recommend everyone just plugging yourself in and joining a witnessing community, because you don't know how amazing it is to be part of a community that loves you and cares about you so much. The people that you will be engaging with through Bible study and everything, everyone cares about you, and everybody wants to know you and just build relationship with you, and just being intentional with you and how God can be intentional with you and the people around you.
Advice that I have for the rest of the chapter is do a quiet time. Get in the habit of doing the quiet time every day, whether that's reading your Bible, praying, reading a book. Do something that furthers your relationship with God. That's not just in Bible studies and in large group, because I really feel like you can, grow your relationship with God and get on a deeper personal level with Him by doing quiet times.
I know that I struggled with fear of leading, fear of sharing the good news with friends and strangers, a lot of those things. And I think something that really helped me, that can help many other people, is that you really do believe that the Lord can work through you. And also really trust and believe in your leaders and your community, because you'll be walking and growing with one another during these next couple of years. And I do promise that yeah, things aren't going to be easy and it's going to be really scary at times, but trust in each other and really lift that up to the Lord, because through it all you'll really see the campus change in ways that you couldn't have imagined before.